Sous Chef Patrice has the tomato and onion mixture off the stove and into a blender. Iron Chef Kat Cora looks like she is plating something. There's the pieces of Carcar orange that she so gently sliced. Seems a little early to be plating, but apparently not for the Iron Chef. We're almost at the halfway mark in this battle. I can usually start to try to get an idea of what some of the dishes are. I cannot do that today. We can see that Eric over on the Iron Chef side laying out some rings, some custard rings that he's taking some plastic wrap and he's putting over those. And I see a rubber band on his right hand, so he's going to be banding that. Don't know what he's going to be filling that with.
It's going to be a crab tian, basically crab with some mango, radish, and apple champagne mousse.
Okay, a tian is a French casserole type of device that is layered and molded. So we'll have to keep an eye on that and see how it comes together. Back with the challenger. Chef Scheib has some sliced pineapple in a tray, now peeling some mango. I also see some small bananas are out on his board, so the challenger bringing a lot of fruit to play here today. Kat Cora's got a fascinating way of getting creme fraiche out of the container. Instead of simply removing the lid by lifting it up away from its interlocking device, she just simply whacked off the whole top of the thing. The woman is positively medieval. On the challenger side, Sous Chef Patrice has the pot of charred corn off the stove. The hand blender now turning that pot into a corn puree, coulis type of mixture. Also, on the challenger side, I spy the almond and sugar mixture laid out on a hotel pan. Maybe a crab dessert of some type in the works there. Over with the Iron Chef, she is taking her crab puree mixture and patting out something that looks a lot like crab cakes.
Croquettes.
Croquettes, sorry. Gosh darn it. If she didn't give me grief, no one else would. We can see those little custards now going into the steamer, and we've got Eric putting a little towel action over that to hold in the steam before the lid goes on. Very traditional move. Brian is quartering those whole crabs now. That they cooked a little bit earlier. They cooked them whole, but now they have quartered them.
Have elapsed.
Well, halfway through Battle Dungeness Crab, and things are just starting to heat up. Iron Chef Kat Cora has her crab and egg custards in the steamer. Her crab cake, crab croquettes are being formed, and her whole crabs are being cut into quarters. The challenger, Walter Scheib, has his wok-fried crab chilling nicely in an ice bath. His scallop mousse is being mixed with some crab meat, and some sweet potatoes are boiling away on the stove. Iron Chef America will be right back. Hi kids, we're back in Kitchen Stadium. You are watching Iron Chef America Battle Dungeness Crab between our challenger, Chef Scheib, and Iron Chef Kat Cora. The Iron Chef has taken her crab quarters and added a dry rub of garlic salt, cayenne, and paprika. Her crab croquettes are in the deep fryer, and some green apples have been run through a grater. The challenger, Walter Scheib, has blended and strained his tomato mixture. Some asparagus tips have been cut, and some red and yellow beets are being sliced. Let's get back to the action, shall we? Here we have Kat Cora thinly slicing some jicama on her board. Her sous chef Eric is squeezing the juice out of some freshly grated apple. It looks like some phyllo dough is being handled by Vincent over on the challenger side. He's going ahead and he's basting it down with butter. Don't know what he's going to be rolling into that. Chef Scheib is now cutting up some oranges, those pieces going into a shallow casserole there. Before that, the chef laid out his sliced red and yellow beets in a baking dish next to the asparagus tips. I don't know whether those are all destined for the same dish or not. Sous Chef Vincent forming his mix of scallop mousse and crab into patties, and those are heading into the fry pan. And I'm not sure where it is, but I smell curry.
It's a coconut curry tapioca combination on the Iron Chef side of the kitchen.
Coconut, curry, tapioca. Okay, so some heat, a little coolness to balance it out. Now we've got a pureed mixture going into a chinois, a very fine straining device on the challenger side. That is the sweet potato mixture that was on the stove. That was given a quick puree and is now being strained. Over with the Iron Chef Kat Cora, taking a quick check of the crab croquettes in the deep fryer. Her sous chef Brian was just slicing up some bread. The crab livers they scooped out earlier are now in a bowl with some garlic. Vincent, over on the challenger side, we can see that is a mixture of Dungeness crab, saffron, currants, and toasted almonds that have been rolled up in that phyllo dough. We can only assume that they're going to roast that. You see he's getting a little scoring there to let the steam out. Almost looks like Bastilla.
That's what it is, Alton. You got it.
Ha! I was right. Bastilla, a Moroccan dish. But hey, doesn't it usually have chicken in it?
Yes, it does. But since today the secret ingredient is crab, we're using crab. If it was chicken, we'd use chicken.
And logical that would be, sir. Over on the Iron Chef side, trying to catch up the action, I see you're adding some coriander to her avocado and pepper mixture. Sous Chef Brian with his bread pieces and garlic in a fry pan. Some champagne now out with Sous Chef Eric. The pan headed over to the stove. Now we know that'll be part of a champagne apple mousse for a crab tian. Kat Cora with a jar of something. I'll open it for you if you tell me what it is.
Ginger root.
ginger root. Excellent.
Hey, no fair, no fair. Get back up in your stand.
I opened a jar, Chef. Come on.
Get back up there.
She gave me some intel I needed. The expertly opened ginger root is out of the jar. Kat Cora now slicing that ever so thinly. On the challenger side, Chef Scheib is slicing some onions into rings very skillfully. Down the line, I see Vincent is sauteing their version of crab cakes. Those are pretty gosh darn good looking in that nonstick pan there. Coming out of the fryer over on the Iron Chef side, Kevin, are those the croquettes?
Those croquettes are now done. Kat Cora just pulled those out moments ago.
Well, it's a good thing because we only have 20 minutes left in this battle. Over on the challenger side, sous chef Patrice loading up a number of squeeze bottles. He's got one with the corn coulis. The one he just finished is the tomato puree, and now he has a third bottle with the sweet potato puree. Loading those bottles like that should make plating go very quickly. On Kat Cora's side of the kitchen, sous chef Brian is putting the spiced-covered crab quarters into the convection oven to roast. The Iron Chef has combined the sliced ginger root with the jicama and some cilantro. All of that going on the plate with the cara orange pieces. Kevin, you're doing a lot of ciphering on your paper there. What you got for me, buddy?
You know that there was some basil went in the microwave.
Yes, we say basil in the United States, Kevin.
You can say it both ways, though, technically.
Well,
okay.
This is America.
Okay.
Iron Chef America.
Into the microwave between sheets of layered plastic wrap, just to crunching it up.
Oh, hold on just a second. We've got smoking happening now over on the challenger side. That charcoal went into a pot. There may have been some wood chip involved in that. The crab cakes went in on top of that and into the oven.
So like a smoked crab cake.
It is a smoked crab cake. My spies tell me those were alder wood chips on top of the charcoal that was creating that smoke. And Iron Chef Kat Cora plating. And she's taken one of her little croquettes. She's cut it in half and she's made a little sandwich out of it. And you can see the avocado mixture on top of the croquette. It's cute. The second half of the croquette now going on top, kind of making a little fried crab sandwich. Very nice presentation there. Looking over, I can see some apples being cut up by Eric. I'm not sure what Brian's doing down there. He's been quiet down there.
Elton, Brian's working on some spring rolls with some crab meat, some espelette, and some fennel.
10 pieces of olives cut. Okay, so that whole mixture now being wrapped in some rice paper. I'm not sure which course that will be for. Over the challenger, the smoker is out of the oven, so just a quick smoke to those crab cakes. Sous chef Patrice now working with two very large saute pans, one with the asparagus tips and the other with the sliced red and yellow beets. Should be a great flavor in all those items. Well, time is ticking away here in Battle Dungeness Crab. The Iron Chef has her spiced rubbed crab quarters in the oven in the steamer, and her fried crab and avocado sandwich is already on the plate. And it's cute. The challenger has his crab pastilla in the oven, his smoked crab cakes are standing by, and his oven-roasted crab are chilling out. See whose cuisine will reign supreme today. Will it be Chef Scheib? Iron Chef Cora. Find out when Iron Chef America returns. Welcome back, kids. This is Battle Dungeness Crab raging behind me in Kitchen Stadium. Let me tell you, if you can't take the heat, you best get out of the kitchen. Oh, you're not in the kitchen. You're in your living room watching television. Oh, well, we'll handle the heat for you. The Iron Chef has her roasted crab out of the convection oven. Some gelatin was added to the champagne, and it is now being mixed with apple juice. Some radish and mango are also being diced. The challenger, Chef Scheib, has his crab pastilla out of the oven. Some chives are being finely chopped, and his roasted crab is off the ice, and its various parts are being split open. Let's rejoin the action. The challenger dosing out oil into a couple of really large skillets. Looks like he's getting ready to fire off an awful lot of food. We now see some Dungeness legs coming out on Vincent's board.
On that board, Vincent has, there's a mixture of a crisp pancetta, juice, lemon zest, basil, and some crab meat.
Okay, so that is where the wok fried and roasted crab pieces ended up. On Kat Cora's side, sous chef Eric working on a mixture of crab, mango, apple, and radish. Obviously, we'll track that as it moves.
Nice fire on the challenger side of Kitchen Stadium. And I think that's a tequila flambe, if I'm not mistaken.
Tequila. A little flambe action on some red onions that Chef Scheib is sauteing. Some slices of mango and banana are now joining the pan. Thinking that maybe this could be a cooked salsa or a cooked salad that he's going to serve with his crab cake.
Elton,
go.
Look at Patrice Olivon right now has just taken these fabulous serving vessel, lined it with some egg white, and it's finely chopped chive that you can just see him working with there right now.
Raw egg white directly onto the vessel. I haven't seen that done before, but you can very clearly see that chive around the outside. Gosh, that's a beautiful thing. It's sitting in its own little tripod. You can see some onion slices in a nonstick pan over on the Challenger side, taking on a good bit of color. Chef Scheib now dropping his snap of cabbage into one of those large saute pans. Vincent still breaking down crab pieces over on the sink station. There we go, over on the Iron Chef side. We now see those ring molds that we were talking about earlier. The ones that got the plastic wrap and the rubber bands are out. In those, they have placed the crab apple mango mixture, the champagne and apple mousse going on top of that, thus creating the tians we heard about earlier. Eric now running that whole tray over to the blast chiller for a chill. The Iron Chef with one of the roasted crab quarters in hand. She is now plating that into the sort of angled bowl there. Now that beautiful blast that got the egg white and chive rimming there on the Challenger side is now being plated. It looks like he's almost assembling a parfait out of different pieces. The avocado and fennel mixture is in that glass. We see the tomato puree coming out of the squeeze bottle. The pieces of crab meat and pancetta going down on top of that tomato. So the first dish is down and ready for the Challenger.
Avocado and basil salad.
We're talking about 7.5 minutes left here in this battle, ladies and gentlemen. So things need to be hitting plates, or at least in the case of the Challenger, he's got some plates, he's got some lumps of rock. It looks like, you know, ceramic tiles, all manner of serving vessels. The Iron Chef now over by her roasted crab dish. She is now spooning that tapioca and curry and coconut mixture over that quarter of Dungeness crab.
Right there,
beautiful
right
plating.
There. Behind me, right on my cutting board.
So sauteing still being done over on the Challenger side. In that pan is a mixture of molasses, brown sugar, and some crab leg. All right, the soup that we've seen working ever since Patrice Olivon started cutting up those sweet potatoes is out. Chef Scheib plating that into the black bowl there. Before that, he put a bed of sauteed Napa cabbage on the bottom of the dish. The roasted corn coulis now headed for that red plate you see. Chef Scheib looking quite cool and collected. Our Chef Katkora a bit more frantic at this point with only 5 minutes to go. A piece of toast going next to the roasted crab quarter. The mixture of crab liver and garlic has been spread on top of that. Sous Chef Brian working with his spring roll.
They're actually now being done in the fry pan.
Okay, frying those, okay.
Challenger is now just on his third plate.
Third plate, fine. Okay, that is the warm fruit salsa going down on the roasted corn coulis. Sous Chef Vincent now bringing over the smoked crab cake. Sous Chef Patrice adding the crab leg pieces that were sauteed in the molasses and brown sugar to the sweet potato soup. Let's see, Iron Chef Katkora now with her pot of red and yellow bell pepper pieces. That concoction going down on a long, thin plate.
Eric, how's the chawanmushi?
Okay, the chawanmushi, we hear her calling for that. Usually gets green tea put on it, and in our chef's case, she's using a hibiscus tea for that instead. Our Chef Katkora now adding more of that tea to the top of the dish. Oh, we've also got, over in the deep fryer, we've also got marsh crabs now on our Chef Katkora's side. Walter Scheib adding a sauteed pieces of red and yellow beets to that sort of rock plate thing that he's got there. Some the sauteed asparagus tips went onto that plate earlier. Some sliced orange pieces now going on there as well.
Did you season these things?
On the Iron Chef's side, the marsh crabs just came out of the deep fryer, and they've been rolled in a little salt.
Alton, that was actually sugar they were rolled in, not salt.
Sugar. So those are obviously dessert crabs now. The Challenger now adding his tequila, onions, and microgreens to the rock vegetable plate. One of the crab claws is going on top of that, too. Over on Katkora's side, we see that Tian has been plated with the champagne mousse over on her side. So microgreens going on top of that Tian. Brian's still working with spring rolls in the fry pan.
1 minute
60 seconds left in this battle, ladies and gentlemen. There's still a good bit of food in the works on both sides of this kitchen. Sous Chef Patrice on the Challenger side, dropping the caramelized honey into that clear serving tray. Lots of unique service devices on that side. The tripod glass with a tomato and avocado parfait. We see the crisp basil leaf on top of that, perching. There's the sweet potato soup in the black bowl. We know that the Challenger's got his crab bastilla. You can see that going down on the saffron and honey sauce. There is a salad working over there. We know he's got his crab cake, deep-fried plantain chips on top of that. So that is his fifth dish. Iron Chef Katkora just plated that spring roll. So it looks like everything's coming together. She's got her egg custard, marsh crab there, hanging on for, well, he's dead. The Tian, the sandwich, which she's got with that avocado salsa. It's going to be a very, very close finish, however, for the Iron Chef, who seems to be plating up that crab bouillon that she was working on. 15 seconds and counting. Katkora, final check on her plates. Roasted crab is her fifth dish. No time for her traditional shot of ouzo with her chefs. Chef Scheib with time for his team to pose for a picture. Walk away, ladies and gentlemen. Battle Dungeness Dungeness crab is over.
Yeah, Uzo. Where's the shot glasses?
Team Cora doing a shot. I guess it's never too late for Uzo. Judgment coming when Iron Chef America returns.